This afternoon I have my daughter coming for dinner tonight. She's a vegetarian, so I'm making a vegetarian dish, light dish. It's going to be black beans and rice with corn, and we're going to put that warm mixture in tacos later and add some cheese, and hopefully my husband will give it a try, and we'll see if he's going to like this. Okay. So first we're going to start off with one medium onion that I have chopped, and I've got some garlic in the pan already. So I'm going to start cooking that up. My hands are clean. I've pre-measured everything that I need. So we're going to cook this. I've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. I've sprayed the pan with Pam. So we're going to have this cook up for a few minutes. So let this cook just a little bit, and then I'm going to show you some of the ingredients that we're going to be using. So I've already pre-made 3 servings of brown rice. I use brown rice primarily because it's better for you than white rice. I just use the instant, and I've made 3 servings of the brown rice, 5 points for a half a cup of dry, and it turns out to be 1 cup. So a half a cup of dry turns out to be 1 cup of cooked. Black beans are absolutely 0, no points involved. The garlic is no points. I've pre-cooked a bag of corn. Corn is also 0 on Weight Watchers. That's what my husband and I are on. This is vegetable broth, which I'm using. You can also use chicken broth. This is 1.5 cups for this recipe. We're going to be using turmeric, cayenne, and cumin as the spices. And we're going to be using salt and pepper and some parsley flakes. One thing I wanted to tell you about any canned beans that you use. In canned beans, you'll find a mixture. It's almost like it's a starch and salt mixture. And the reason why you should drain any kind of canned beans is because that's salt and starch, and you also want to remove any kind of metallic taste that you get from the can. Okay, so let's go back over to the stove. It's time to stir this. So we've got onions and garlic in here. Smells wonderful.
Is that a whole onion?
This is a medium onion. It's a chopped onion. Everything becomes translucent. You don't want anything to have any kind of browning at all. I'll let that cook for another minute. Then I'll go back to the stove. So what I've basically done is I've got a medium onion. I've got a tablespoon of chopped garlic. Now what I did was I used the minced garlic, which is in water. They have the kind of minced garlic in the jar which has oil. I don't buy that. You could also use fresh garlic, but this is easy for cooking. So that's what I use. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to finish with this, finish cooking this. Maybe you've got like another minute. See, now everything is just looking kind of translucent here. Nothing is browned at all. This is my favorite pan. I just cook in this. This is a non-stick pan, and it makes life so much easier. I make so many casseroles and things. Brown all kinds of meats in here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get, this is just a little bit of my homemade sauce. Okay, so now we're going to add the veggie.
How much of that sauce is it? How many? Do you think that is? A couple tablespoons?
And this is about maybe 1/8 of a cup.
Okay.
So we're going to add the veggie broth because the onions and garlic are done cooking. I'm going to add the sauce. So this is about 1/8 of a cup.
Is it tomato sauce?
Mm-hmm. It's for my homemade sauce. I'm going to stir that up nice. So everything is uniform color. Let that cook for just a little bit. Also, I wanted to let you know that one of the things that I found out through cooking is that when you use a dried bean, like today I'm using canned beans, but if you were to use a dry bean, things like lentils and split peas and any cannellini beans that you use, you have to rinse them. They cannot be washed prior to selling because there are particles in the beans, and they cannot rinse them because the particles have to be rinsed out. You don't want it to be moldy. Cut it for a minute. Okay, so now I've turned this down to simmer. I had it to a boil. I turned it down to simmer. It only took a few minutes to boil because there's not much in here. And now what I'm going to do, so there's sauce in here. There's the vegetable broth. There's onion and garlic and olive oil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the black beans. These are already drained and rinsed. Going to add the black bean. So we're going to mix all this together. And then I'm going to add my spices.
And how many, what's the quantity of the spices?
So this is turmeric.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be really good for you. There's all kinds of vitamins that have turmeric in it.
How much do you put in there?
1 teaspoon of turmeric. You've got cayenne pepper. And cumin.
Teaspoon for both?
A teaspoon of cumin, yep. Just gives it that Mexican Cuban flavor. Okay. And then I'm going to let this heat up. Probably is only going to take, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. Okay, so I'm going to let this heat up a little bit. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my already cooked brown rice. So this is going to be about 3 servings. And we'll have it later in tacos. Okay, thank you. Hi guys, so just continuing to cook the black beans, rice, and corn. I've got brown rice in here instead of white rice. I've added the cooked brown rice that I have. And this mixture is going to be good for tacos tonight, which I'm going to serve with cheese and sour cream and salsa and taco sauce and some avocados, maybe some black olives. You'll be able to put whatever you want into the burrito. This can also be, it can be used in a quesadilla. So this is a mix that you can use. So basically what I did was, after I cooked the black beans and corn together and warmed it, I added the brown rice. I added parsley, maybe about 2 tablespoons of parsley. Added about 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Black pepper enhances flavor. And also a teaspoon of salt. I don't use a lot of salt in my cooking. I use just a little bit because I have a heart condition, and heart conditions should stay away from heavy salted dishes. Okay.